Hello everybody, we're going to play some ukulele music. Let me go get this posted over on the website. Website is ukulele it's not that at all. The website is jollyrogerukulele.com. I run way too many websites to keep all this straight clearly. Link to join, I'm going to put the link right here. Command V, this will help everybody know we're actually here. Link, enter, edit, settings, open link, a new window, update. My name's Gary. I've been teaching ukulele. I've been playing it about 20 years, teaching it about 15. We have a do-it-yourself kind of ukulele program that will make you a great player and will get you to playing in all the other ways, all the possible ways. And so I'm glad you are here looking at this video. I have got us posted on the website, so that should get a few people headed this direction. Let me go post this on Twitter. Log in. And then we'll get started. We're about halfway through, I think, something like that. The foundations class, and I tweeted that. Forgot to put our website on. Oh well. Let's see. Oh, I don't know. She actually. I have to find out more about her. Let's see. Lynn is in. Hey, cloudy. Above freezing, finally, right? You guys had a heck of a storm roll through there, Lynn. Let's see. Sandy says cloudy and 30 up in the Yoop. That sounds about right, doesn't it? Yago is in from SoCal. Sunny, warm here. Sound is good. Good to see you. Let me move the microphone over here a little bit more in front of me so that you can hear me a little bit better, hopefully. Diane is in. Hey, Diane. Darwin, good to see you. Heat wave in Aurora. I know, we're supposed to have 70 degrees on, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday after -3 last week. So I'm feeling like, oh, gosh, thank goodness we're starting to get out of the deep freeze. All right. Today we are going to start, and we got to be on time today because I got to end the next class on time. So grab your key of C Arpeggio. We had quite a bit of a chance to talk through that last week, and so hopefully that's going well for you. And so I want to play through that first. The arpeggios here in this program, I cannot emphasize enough how seriously I want you to take them. Okay? These are a big deal, and because what they will do is teach your right hand everything that it needs to know, and your left hand almost everything it needs to know to become a fine player. And if we skip on some of this stuff that's kind of boring and kind of hard, it catches up. It will catch up to you. So, yeah. Back when I wrote these, I don't remember when it was, a long time ago, 2012, I think maybe, there was nothing like this that existed at all for ukulele. And of course, if you are on guitar, there's tons of stuff like this. And I was like, we need it for ukulele. I'm going to have to write it. And so I did. All right, let's grab it. Okay, remember, for the whole first page, thumb, index, and middle. Guys, if you're on baritones, you know these chords. Go ahead and play the chords along with us. We'll play the baritone version here in just a second. But make sure thumb, index, middle, index, thumb, index, middle, index. That's how it's going to go. I can go ahead and put this on silent because nothing's going to happen important here. Remember, just grab the chord. Everything else is going to work itself out just fine. Okay? And let's not go too fast. 1, 2, ready, play. G chord. F chord. G chord. Going into measure 5. G chord, F chord, going into G chord. This measure ends on a quarter note. Together. index, middle, F chord. Middle, index, thumb. To the top of the page. Quarter note at the end of this measure. Ten. Page 2. I'm going to switch. Go. A little bit slower here. G chord. 2, 3, 4. Pluck. Okay, it's a lot, right? If any part of that went well, you should feel like a hero. If the whole thing was rough, it's supposed to be rough. It's supposed to be hard to do, okay? Because once we get over the hump of this being kind of hard to play, everything else is going to get a whole lot easier. Okay, so don't neglect that study. That's one of those. We're going to have two more. We're going to do the key of G next and then the key of F, and all of those are going to get you comfortable with grabbing a chord and doing some cool stuff with your right hand, and then moving on to a different chord. Grab the baritone version of this, and that's in G major. Okay, so if you're on ukulele, you know your G chord looks like this. You play that, right? Your D chord looks like that. You're going to play that, and of course your C chord looks like this. Okay, and I think there's there's a couple other chords in here. There's a D7 on ukulele. That's just these two, those two, and your E minor on ukulele is kind of hard, right? Index, middle, and ring. That's your E minor there. The big thing. You think about what we just played. If you are a regular ukulele player out in the world doing your thing, you're going to play it as strum, 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 and that is fine, right? But that's not really going to keep you involved in music for very long. It's like super fun to learn how to do that, and then after that, you're like, well, that's kind of boring, right? So that's where this right hand techniques come in, and they're super important. All right, I'm going to go to the baritone version. I'm playing it exactly the same shapes, exactly the same right hand pattern, just on a different instrument with a little lower voicing. Those of you on ukulele, give me 4 beats per measure. So it's a G chord, and then a D chord. Okay, try to give me 4 beats per measure and go at my speed. I'll try to keep the speed consistent. 1, 2, 3, 4. D chord. C chord. D chord. G chord. D chord. C chord. D chord. 13. To the top. Page 2. Isn't that lovely? It's not. It sounds better on a ukulele than a baritone, but it sounds pretty good on a baritone. All right, because they were meant for high G ukulele. Honestly, I just transposed them over for the baritones because they don't have anything either, right? And these are pretty good. They're pretty good on baritone, and they just don't quite have the same pop, I think. All right, we talked very briefly on Thursday about Amazing Grace. So grab the baritone version of Amazing Grace first. Since it's in my hand, grab the baritone version. Ukulele players, remember you're going to be playing your D chord. It looks like this. Okay, I shouldn't strum it because it'll sound weird in your ear. Your D chord, everybody's crammed in here together. Your G chord is down here. Okay, and then A7 is right back here. Okay, that's your 3 chords on this. Now, if you're on ukulele, 3 beats per measure or 6 beats per measure. Excuse me, I didn't mean to sneeze in your ear there. If I'm on ukulele and I'm thinking, all right, I can do Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Or I'm thinking, I just learned how to do arpeggios. Maybe I could do 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Amazing Grace, how sweet the sound. Right? So you could do that. Also, if you're on ukulele, you can do a boom chuck. Amazing Grace, that's thumb, pluck, pluck. Do lots of different things. The one thing I want to caution you against is always going to the same thing, right? So most of us, we grow up in ukulele, we learn to do whatever we learn to do, right? So a lot of people, amazing grace, how sweet the sound, or the one I really love is amazing grace, how sweet the sound. Right, that's down, down, up, down, up. I think, you learn that, and it's like, oh, that's super cool. And then you don't ever do anything else. And so, challenge yourself every single time you come to a new song, especially when you're working with me. If you have choices with your right hand, come up with something different than you've done the last piece of sheet music or the sheet music before that. Try to always come up with something new going on over here that will make you a much better sounding, much more interesting player in short order if you are approaching your right hand with some mindfulness about it. If we always go to the same thing that just works, you're going to get stuck in a groove. I have a tendency to do that when I'm doing arrangements. I know what works and I can do it in short order. The problem is that I don't want to just make every single arrangement sound the same. I want to do something different and exciting and change it up a little bit, and sometimes that's easier said than done, right? Now, if you're on baritone, your goal here is to move your hands as little as possible. You're going to play tough uke probably. You might have to play melody, but here on what I'm hoping to do is get you to just be mindful that don't move anything over here until you have to. Okay? So on the tough uke, nice and slow. 1, 2. Pick up your middle finger. Pick up your ring or index. Put your D chord back on. Middle finger up. Bar chord with the pinky. 2, 3. Hear the ukulele strumming. Bar chord, D chord, 2, 3, right? So you should have been hearing, if you were listening, all the ukulele players busy keeping beat, okay? And that helps you not come in early. Like measure 7, that's a big long 5-beat note, like 8, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you start again. If you're in a room with other players, they'll help you out. They're busy making something happen chordally through that section, where you as the melody player are just like waiting for that to get done so you can get going on to your next thing. If you don't count your long notes, you will come in early. And that's one thing I have discovered over the years is pretty much a rule of nature. If you don't count your long notes, you will come in early. So count your long notes. When you see a long note like that, count it. All right. We'll be playing we'll be playing this again on Thursday. So if it's getting the G chord on can be quite a bit of a challenge, right? Getting that shape on, whether you're on baritone or ukulele. Baritones, G chord looks like this, yay. C chord looks like this, yay. And your D7 looks like that. That's okay. Okay, so baritones, you're in good shape. Ukulele players, now let's get you guys up and running. Same exact thing. Do the least amount possible with your right hand. Okay, and I'm going to count out loud as we go along to make sure you're not coming in early and that you're practicing counting out loud too. Eventually you count in your head, but you do have to count. So 2-beat count in, get your G chord on. 1, 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2. 2, 3, 1, 2. 2. 2. each of those times when I had to say something out loud, I'm counting the beat that's missing in there. And probably the baritone players are like, oh, you don't need to count, Gary. We'll take care of it. Plonk, right? And then make that sound. Now, on this, couple of things that are important, and this is for both ukulele and baritone. When you get to measure 7, you hit that 0 in front. Bar chord, pinky, right? Okay, that's a big D chord. Is really what's going on here. Okay, if you're singing it, you sing a D7. But if you're on tough uke, you're going to do a full D chord. Okay, and then so that's a big moment, right? The other big moment that is challenging is the minute you're done with that, okay, you're going to hit this 2, and then you have 0, 2, 3, 5. Now, normally I do it because my hands have gotten used to it. A G chord and my pinky up here on 5. Okay, and if I'm on classical guitar, it looks kind of like this. Okay, I have a tendency on ukulele to make it a little bit more like a violin, but I'm having to learn over in school. This is a better position for other stuff. The other thing is, if that's not going to happen, if that's too hard, index, middle, and pinky. Okay, so change it up. Okay. The reason that this works better for some people because it's just a little more easy. It's a little easier to get to, right? You've got your nice round index finger, nice round middle finger. You're not going to use your ring finger, and then you have your pinky nice and. Okay, so that's 0, 2, 3, 5 also. The challenge with doing it this way is then the very next thing that's going to come up is you're going to have to get a G chord back on. So you've sort of done all this work to get this, and then you're going to have to do to do that. And for lots of people, this is just going to be a better way to do it. You get used to it. Okay, if you can do a G chord and reach your pinky up there, just a little less motion, right? And a little bit less work to do. One of those is going to be a better way for you than others. Probably when you first start, the index, middle, pinky is going to be best. After a while, after a while you want to be able to do both, obviously. But the G chord with your pinky is probably going to be the long-term solution to most. Because that's going to come up a lot. And you think, why does that come up a lot? Well, here's a D chord. And if you think about it, that final note sounds a little off. What's that doing there? Well, what's that note? That's an F sharp. That's not a D note. So the last note you hit is an F sharp. Okay. I'm sorry, that's a B. I'm thinking of now I've got baritone brain on. The last note you hit here is a B, and you're on a G chord, right? And so you're hitting a B. So if you put your pinky up here, now you're going to hit a D, and that's a little bit better ending to a G chord. Okay. And obviously the best one is a bar on 10 and a pinky up here on 7, 10, bar on 7, pinky on 10, because now you got a G note at the end. All right, so that's an even fancier one. All right, so we'll play that again on Thursday. Dig into it. Lots of cool stuff here. I think there's several big takeaways. One, get your G chord on. Don't move anything unless you have to. 2, get this bar on with this pinky. That's going to come up in your life. It's coming up a lot as we go into book 2. Learn to do the 0, 2, 3, 5 there at measure 9, either this way or this way. Okay, and then you got another full bar there at 14. And if your bars are coming out like this, okay, that's normal. Okay, that's going to happen. Just keep doing them. And then one day they're there, okay? But they are not easy in the beginning, and they do take a little bit of time. You got to build up some strength, and then you just got to build up some agility and some skill set, and it'll be fine, okay? All right, very quickly then, we got 4 minutes to talk happy birthday, okay? Go grab your happy birthday, and just grab the ukulele version. It's the same for baritone. For happy birthday, okay? This is a song, of all of the songs we go through, this is the one that's probably going to come up in your life. All right? And as an ukulele player, I want you just to know the song. I don't want you to have to go look it up. We had a situation years ago where I was with the advanced ukulele team, and we were doing a gig, and the MC came to us and says, "Oh, we just found out one of our board of directors is got a birthday tonight. Can you guys do happy birthday?" And the advanced group, who does everything from sheet music, sort of went verklempt. right? Because they don't have it memorized. They didn't know what the chords were. I had to go run and get some copies and all this stuff. It was not cool, right? You should know how to play Happy Birthday. Okay, here's how to think about it. You got your G chord, Happy Birthday to, and then you're gonna go to D7, U, Happy Birthday to, go back to your G chord, U, Happy Birthday dear, and you're gonna go D7 C, so and so. And you go back to your G chord, Happy Birthday, and put a D7 at the end, to you. So it's G, D7, G, D7, C, G, D7, G. Yeah, I want you to memorize. That's all you got to do. I ask you to do almost no memorizing, right? I want you to memorize Spaghetti Monster because you need something to prove that you are a good ukulele player. I want you to memorize Happy Birthday, the chords to Happy Birthday, okay? Is that it? Oh, and I want you to memorize Frere Jacques, 0, 2, 4, 0, because you're going to teach somebody eventually. That way you can teach somebody, you can perform a song that's amazing, and you can sing people happy birthday. So, let's again. G chord, Happy Birthday to D7, U. Happy Birthday to, back to G chord, U. Happy Birthday, dear Joe Schmo, D. Happy birthday to you. Now on your sheet music, you've got the other D7 at the end of measure 7. That's really designed to be used with the tough uke. And so I would say if you want to use if you're singing it, you can use a regular D7, bar and a 3, all of the time. Okay, so together, let's sing it together. Try not to look at your paper. 1. Oh, and baritones, your G chord is here, your D7 is here, and your C chord is here. Okay. Well, that's kind of nice. C, D7, G. All right, here we go. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe Schmo. Right? Happy birthday to you. Memorize, memorize, memorize. Sit down tonight. You can do it. Take a half an hour. And let's do it one more time. I'll only do it with arpeggio plucking this time. 1, 2. Oh, sorry. 1, 2. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Joe Schmo. Okay, and then just sing happy by itself. Happy birthday to you. All right, so that's your job next couple of days. Spend some time on it. Get those words memorized. And obviously, you know the melody, so playing the melody shouldn't be a major problem at this point. Shouldn't be major, right? You play it in second position, third position. You play it in just whatever fingers happen to be available. And then on Thursday, we'll also play the tough uke. Okay, let me pluck it out for you real quick. And how long does the fermata last? However long you want it to. It drives people crazy. If I let it stop completely and it's still talking, they're like, finish the song. Okay, so we'll play that on Thursday. Spend a little time on. Oh, and we have La Cucaracha coming up on Thursday. Come for Thursday's class. It's going to be super fun. Hey, let's put a plug into this one. Let me run over and grab by the light, and let's go do book 2. Okay, so I'm going to stop this recording. I'm going to start another recording. Meet me back over on the website in about 2 minutes when I post the new link, and we'll do it. We're playing By the Light of the Silvery Moon, Come Josephine and the Flying Machine, and 5'2". Okay, so I'll see you guys in just a bit. Peace.